On an ice-cold night in Chester, Pennsylvania, it's Philadelphia against Alianza in the second leg of their round of 16 tie here in the 2023 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Joe Malfa on hand for the action this evening at Subaru Park, where fans have braved the temperatures. It is listed at 37 degrees. Wind chill makes it feel like it's 23, and the wind is whipping at 25 miles per hour. The weather is certainly a factor this evening, as Philadelphia and Alianza drew a scoreless draw in their first leg last week. So as we take a look at the bracket, keep that in mind, the possibilities tonight. Any draw aside from 0-0 would put Alianza through on away goals. 0-0 would mean penalties, and obviously if either side is ahead after 90, that side is through. Elsewhere tonight in the upper left, Austin and Violette, at the same time as our match, will be playing their second leg, where Austin is losing 3-0 on aggregate in front of a sold-out crowd tonight in Austin, Texas. And last week when these teams met in El Salvador at Estadio Cuscatalan, there wasn't much offense to speak of. It finished scoreless after the 90, and there were a combined 5 shots on target in the match. After those 5 shots on target in the match, take a look at some of the other stats. Alianza, a slight edge in possession. This was a different evening, however. Philadelphia rolled out what many would call a B team. They did not have many of their regular MLS starters in the 11. You could argue that maybe 3 of the outfield players of the 10 were their legitimate grade A normal starters. They brought on some of those guys later on in the match and started to create some chances, but it finished scoreless, so it's all to play for here tonight. So tonight, as they get set to take the field at home, they know what they have to do, Philadelphia, and they've been here before. Last time they were in this tournament back in 2021, they had a 1-0 win on the road in their opening leg before winning 4-0 at home in their home leg. So history is on their side when it comes to home legs here in the round of 16. Remember, back in 2021, they made it all the way through to the semifinal here in this tournament. On the other side, Alianza continues its unbeaten run in their domestic play. They sit in second place right now in the Clausura. 5 wins, 5 draws, 20 points, puts them 1 point behind Aguila. But they're still unbeaten. They're still very difficult to score on. Overall this season, they have just allowed 3 goals in their domestic play. So Alianza hoping that could continue tonight. They could continue that stellar defensive record. But on the other end, they can actually go ahead and find the goal that would put them through into the quarterfinal. Philadelphia this past weekend, a 1-0 victory in MLS play. It took some drama as well. A 90th minute winner that was scored against a Chicago team playing with 10 men for about an hour in that match. They did find a way through in the end, and the big injury of note from the week, you see they're leading the line for Philadelphia. Goalkeeper Joe Bendick will make the start tonight after club legend Andre Blake had a groin injury this past weekend that is supposed to keep him out for a couple of weeks. So Joe Bendick is the big change for Philadelphia. We'll get to the starting 11s for both clubs. Kickoff in just a few moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Subaru Park for tonight's Scotia
ready to get things going here in Chester, Pennsylvania at Subaru Park with a introduction of the starting 11s. Philadelphia making a lot of changes from match 1 last week over to tonight. 5 players remain in the starting 11. Damian Lowe, Nathan Harriel, Kai Wagner, Jack McGlynn, and Joaquin Torres. Those 5 are the only players to start last week and this week. That includes the change, as mentioned, in goal. Joe Bendick between the sticks tonight for Philadelphia. And Bendick taking over for the injured Andre Blake. But the big changes for Philadelphia, the other 5 new members of the starting 11, the quote-unquote big guns, especially offensively. Carranza, Bedoya, Gazdag, their leading trio offensively with Jose Martinez back in the middle of that midfield. And they swap one MLS Defender of the Year in Jack Elliott for another, as Jacob Lesnes takes his spot in the 11. Meet the officials tonight. Brian Lopez of Guatemala leads the way. Emmanuel Aguirre of Nicaragua with Quetzal Corrales are your assistant referees. Sergio Reyna of Guatemala, your 4th official. And if need be, we venture into the VAR room this evening, where Joe Audi and Ricardo Montera with Guillermo Pacheco are in charge of things. Last week was a relatively free and easy night for the VAR officials. We did not have to use VAR last week, on a night where there was not a ton of offense between these teams in that scoreless draw. Only 2 changes to the 11 for Eduardo Lara and Alianza from last week, and it's the same 11 that they put out there this weekend in domestic play. Only 2 changes to report from last week are Elias Rivas and Ivan Mancia coming into the starting 11. Those 2 players bring a wealth of experience, almost 400 professional appearances between the 2 of them. So experience, the theme for Alianza with their 2 changes coming on the road now in leg number 2. Philadelphia, a team driven to make another deep run in this tournament, as they did in 2021, the last time they were here. Alianza hoping that this could be a special year. Their 17th time participating in this tournament. They're 4th in the last 7 years. They've been to a quarterfinal before. They hope to get there again. It's Alianza in the white from right to left, Philadelphia in the blue from left to right. A spot in the quarterfinal is on the line here in the round of 16 of the 2023 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Joe Malfa happy to be with you tonight for the action at Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. Alianza currently riding a 6-year streak of lifting a trophy. All of those lifted domestically. Best appearance here in this tournament was a spot in the quarterfinal. In terms of the recent years in the club's history, however, they have done much better than that. Have to go all the way back to 1967. It was their first ever appearance in this tournament. Different iteration back then, the Concacaf Champions Cup. And in their inaugural participation, 1967, they lifted the trophy. Philadelphia last week, a team who clearly set out to earn no worse than a draw on the road. They made some changes late in the match to try and force their way into a goal and take a victory, Jim Curtin's side. 0-0, welcome finish when you're on the road in the first leg. They have to take care of business at home. That wind is going to be a factor tonight. Damian Lowe put it right up into that wind unnecessarily on the misplay. Now Carranza giving chase. Racing Henry Romero. Alianza, when they were last in this tournament, they were on the dramatic side of a loss in the round of 16. It was 2020. In 2020, they won the first leg 2-1 at home. That one is set from distance, but wide. Mario Gonzalez dove just in case. Saw it wide the whole way. Back in 2020, Alianza 2-1 victory in the first leg at home. And we're losing 3-2 on the road in the second leg, which meant 4-4 aggregate and the away goals tiebreaker going in their favor. But Tigres famously 90+4 had Nahuel Guzman, the goalkeeper, score to steal the quarterfinal berth out from under Alianza. And there you see the factor the wind is going to play tonight. Unless the field is haunted, the wind had an impact. It moved the ball about 3 yards to the left on that goal kick. Gazdag, one of the new insertions into this 11 as compared to last week. Gazdag, 28 goals, 17 assists with Philadelphia in MLS since joining the club in May of 2021. Saw him for about a half an hour last week to try and make a difference in the late stages. Ended up being the spark plug for a couple of attacks, but of course nothing dangerous enough to yield a goal for Philadelphia. The Union outshot Alianza 9-7 overall in the night, 3-2 in terms of shots on target. They're just 5 shots on target in all last week. See if tonight sees the game open up a little bit more. If it doesn't open up, that would mean things go according to plan for Alianza. On a night like this, playing in suboptimal temperatures as compared to what they're used to in El Salvador. Feels like 24 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind chill on the road against an opponent that is much better on paper. If you can find a draw at 0-0 and get to penalties, that might be one of your best avenues through. And of course, any draw greater than 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, all would put Alianza through on away goals. So Philadelphia, for all intents and purposes, must win in the 90 if they're going to go through. Edge of the area for Rodolfo Zelaya. He's dispossessed by Damian Lowe. Orellana over to Canales and back again. Last week, Alianza placed a big emphasis on playing down this left wing over here. It's a much better matchup for Alianza. Nathan Harriel is the right back for Philadelphia, 21 years of age, only 30 pro appearances in Major League Soccer. Bedoya plays it in, chance for Gazdag around, the keeper goes down. No call made. Philadelphia voicing its displeasure, wanting the VAR officials to get involved very early. Will we have a look at this one? Gazdag was alone, tried to get around the keeper. There was contact there. Was it enough to elicit a penalty call? Right there on the left leg. Mario Gonzalez doesn't think so, a shake of the head. Believes he got it clean and is waiting for a corner kick. Now, these teams had no history until last week, and now very early on here, showing some displeasure with each other. Philadelphia still crowding Brian Lopez, waiting for an official ruling. Here again is the contact that was made on Gazdag. Was it clear and obvious? Alejandro Bedoya. Unsure of why things have played out the way they have. I think they might be just as confused as to why it right now is a goal kick instead of a corner at the very least. Philadelphia was setting up for a corner after the ball was cleared away from Gazdag in the aftermath of that near foul. So not only do they not get the VAR check for a potential penalty, they don't get the corner. And after all that, amounts to just a goal kick. And now foul against Philadelphia in the middle. It's Jose Martinez. We're starting to discuss before Nathan Harriel down that right side. If there's a weak link in this Philadelphia back line, you'd imagine it would be Harriel just because of his inexperience. Doesn't mean he is incapable. Has 22 starts since his Major League Soccer debut in September of 2021. A bright young star in this very famous academy as they've been producing young talent after young talent. He doesn't have a lot of experience, and on a night like this, experience paramount. On the left side, you've got Kai Wagner, who has loads of experience, MLS Best 11 in 2022. And look at that ball he just played to Bedoya. Alejandro Bedoya cuts it back, edge of the area, saved by Gonzalez, denying Gazdag. Terrific initial ball from Kai Wagner. Wise decision right there from Joaquin Torres to dummy that through for Gazdag. Made great contact on it. Textbook save from Mario Gonzalez. 10 minutes gone as Kai Wagner is set to deliver the corner. Whipped in near post. And he will do it again. Gazdag has played 90 minutes in all 3 matches this regular season so far for Philadelphia. Has 2 goals and 2 assists to his name. Already dangerous early tonight. Wagner's corner. As good as the first one. Damian Lowe to recycle. Alejandro Bedoya. Wide for Wagner, back to his preferred left foot. And Gonzalez was there. Trying to play quickly with Wagner out of position down that left side. Carranza. Gazdag pressuring. Gonzalez clearing. Free kick on the way for Philadelphia. Don't expect to hear chants tonight entirely in favor of Philadelphia. We have seen a strong contingent of Alianza fans in attendance here this evening. How much of a factor will the wind play on set pieces like this? Again, whipping around 25 miles an hour. Julian Carranza is in the thick of something with Henry Romero. And it's Romero who is receiving the tongue lashing from Brian Lopez. Very chippy early on between these teams. A lot of pushing, grabbing going on. Wagner delivers. Carranza's header is saved by Gonzalez. Inching toward that far post. Might have been on its way wide. almost looked like that ball was ready to move just as Wagner struck it with the wind. Would not have been the first time tonight and we've seen that ball move from a dead position. This stadium located right on the banks of the river here in Chester. So aside from the storm that has passed through the Northeast, bringing a lot of snow and rain to this region of the United States, you've got that breeze coming right off the water. And that's the second time now that Jose Martinez has been whistled for a foul from behind. That might be a final warning from Brian Lopez. Twice in 13 minutes for the man they call El Brujo, the wizard in this midfield for Philadelphia. Mercado for Rodriguez. Not on the same page there with Zelaya. Oscar Rodriguez making his 14th appearance here in Concacaf competition, all with Alianza. Just joined the club in 2019. He's already made 125 appearances. Here's Bedoya. Plays it out ahead for Carranza. And a late offside flag comes up on Carranza. That is already a handful of times that we've seen Alejandro Bedoya get involved down this right wing. He has been the centerpiece of this Philadelphia Union club since 2016. Bedoya, over 400 professional appearances across stops in Sweden, Scotland, France, and Philadelphia since 2016. Made 3 starts at the 2014 World Cup for the United States. Torres, Gazdag behind Carranza. Here's Jack McGlynn. Polar opposites in terms of the experience on the wings tonight for Philadelphia. You've got the aforementioned Bedoya, 35 years of age on one side, and on the other, the 19-year-old Jack McGlynn. Some space here for Zelaya. Gets Damian Lowe to leave his feet. That last touch failed him. There's a man who's going to poach a goal tonight for Alianza that could steal this whole tie for them. I have to imagine it's Rodolfo Zelaya, making his 199th appearance for Alianza tonight, and he has 104 goals with the club. Slow start to the domestic campaign for Zelaya. Only 3 starts in their 10 matches. They're suspended for 6 games. Over the top, Joaquin Torres. Flag stays down for now. Torres toward Carranza. Stopped by Gonzalez. But Philadelphia finding all these open areas in behind the Alianza defense in just the first 20 minutes. A much different pace to this game than we saw last week. More intent from Philadelphia. Jacob Glesnes, a player who, according to Transfer Market, is worth $4 million. That is the worth of the entire Alianza starting 11 out there. And a foul called against Alianza. Free kick on the way for Bedoya in a very dangerous spot now to get a cross in. Yellow card to boot for Alexis Renderos.
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card caution has been issued to Alianza's FC number 17, Alexis Montez. Caution included 18 minutes.
Set pieces mounting for Philadelphia. Already had 2 corner kicks. Now this is their second free kick from a wide position. Kai Wagner standing over it once again. Wagner on the ground. Bedoya flicks it back to Torres. Torres. It drifted out of play for a goal kick. Alianza holding strong defensively so far. Give it away right off the goal kick. Gonzalez put it onto the head of McGlynn. But McGlynn returns the favor in kind. Gazdag, an incisive ball through to the Hungarian. And another free kick coming now for Philadelphia. Narciso Orellana, 28-year-old, who's been with Alianza since 2017. Has appeared 55 times internationally for El Salvador. And hopes to be called up in the next week when they announce their Nations League rosters. Commits the foul, now Wagner from the free kick. Lowe is there, centering it. Somehow getting his right leg to it to keep it in. And that effort yields itself a corner. Three free kicks from wide positions. Now 3 corners for Philadelphia. Feels like it's a matter of time before one of these is made to count. Diving header, trickles in! Whistles from the officials. A glance at the assistant referee, argue of offside from Alianza, waiting for an official call. And it appears as if this goal is being called offside for now. We'll see if VAR has a look at it. Gazdag was in an offside position. But at the moment of the header, Alianza defender tried to play the ball. But was there intent from the defender, Henry Romero, to clear? Or was he just getting in the way of it and deflecting it? If it's the latter, the offside ruling would stand. And that is the call. Well done by the assistant referee on the near side of the field, Emmanuel Alguire. Stuck with it the whole way and made the right call in the end. But a warning shot for Alianza. Philadelphia saw it go over the line. They've had chance after chance here in the early going. How much longer can Alianza hold on? Here's Gazdag. He's taken down, play on, says Brian Lopez. Now a free kick for Alianza. On a night like this where Alianza is struggling to have anything work out offensively going forward, always on the back foot, you turn to moments like this on a set piece from an attacking position. Can you turn this into something, steal a goal, and then defend? They've yet to register a shot in this match. And they won't here either. Maybe a chance to recycle it. And that's gone by the wayside after Orellana's miss hit. Philadelphia looking to counter. In the 25th minute here on the second leg of the round of 16 tie between Philadelphia Union and Alianza in the 2023 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. Glad to be with you this evening. Joe Malfa from Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. Here's Gazdag. Torres through traffic was the hero this past weekend. Scored that 90th minute winner in the 1-0 victory for Philadelphia over Chicago. More patience now and possession from Philadelphia than we were seeing early on. First 20 minutes of the match, Alianza controlled possession at nearly 60-40. It's come back down to 50-50 as Philadelphia has just wrapped its hands around this game and taken control of it. Still looking for that goal to pull ahead in the tie after a scoreless first leg. Still scoreless here. Now it's Zelaya. Laid off for Mercado. Mercado did not make the best contact. But the first shot of the evening now registered by Alianza. Here's Glesnes. Long diagonal. Read the whole way by Gonzalez. Rolled out to it, Renderos. Has the lone yellow card of the match still. Brought down by Harriel. Now Glesnes. He'll turn 29 years of age next week. The center back for Philadelphia. Another free kick coming now for the Union. Wagner getting a lot of work in on his set pieces here in the first half hour. Plays it into Glesnes, free header, puts it behind everybody. And the offside flag came up as well. Would not have mattered with the offside flag. A very selfless decision from Glesnes. Could have had a free header to goal. Was the 5th free kick delivery already from Wagner to go with 3 corners, 8 set pieces taken by the Philadelphia left back. Opportunities mounting. Their best chance was a ball that ended up in the goal, negated, however, for an offside. More physical play here between these two teams. It might be 24 degrees with the wind chill, but temperatures are reaching a boiling point. A couple of times now we've seen altercations stem well after the whistle. Half an hour gone. 120 total minutes gone between these two teams. Still searching for that first goal. Scoreless first leg last week, scoreless still tonight. A lot more physical tonight. 10 fouls split right down the middle in just a half an hour. Ariel with Bedoya, plays it that way, and the offside flag comes up. Looks, however, like Brian Lopez right here called a foul. He played advantage on the ball ahead to Bedoya, but it appears as if he's bringing it back for a free kick. With the offside flag obviously negating the advantage. So Kai Wagner once again makes the trek across the field from left back to deliver yet another free kick. Wagner. Great ball in. Glesnes was there, punched by Gonzalez. Back ahead for Damian Lowe, tracking it through the wind. Lowe. Bedoya sneaks through and wins the loose ball. Alianza having trouble communicating to clear it, and now they get it away from the danger. Bedoya. Back for Glesnes. Great ball into space for Harriel, 21-year-old. Good first touch. And He earns another corner for Philadelphia. Busiest man on the field has been Kai Wagner. 6 free kicks from a position to serve in a cross. Now his 4th corner. 10 set pieces in all at the feet of Kai Wagner as he gets set to take this corner. Last corner yielded a goal, negated by offside. This one punched away by Gonzalez as he was crashed into. Play continues. Friendly fire there, given away. Rodriguez says thank you very much. Here's Rodriguez off to the races. Oscar Rodriguez battling Harriel. It's good defensive position on the inside. And it is a throw down near the corner flag for Alianza. That was nearly a calamity for Philadelphia. Right here at the top of the box. They tried to get it right back into play. It came off of Glesnes, deflected all the way back to midfield. Rodriguez grabbed it and took off. Philadelphia fortunate they didn't have more numbers committed forward on the corner kick. Otherwise, it could have been a breakaway. Still something on for Alianza. Cut off before it got through to Mercado. And now Philadelphia looking to counter. They haven't had many opportunities to get out in transition tonight on account of Alianza rarely making it into their own territory. Visitors still with just 1 shot tonight. Still scoreless elsewhere between Austin and Violette. Violette of Haiti, a 3-0 win at home in the first leg. Austin had high hopes in this competition, especially coming home to a sold-out crowd in their first ever home Champions League match. They had a goal in the 25th minute disallowed by VAR for a handball. They still have a hill to climb. Violette, if they can pull this off, it would be stunning. 3-0 win last week, and tonight they have a roster of just 14 players on the road in Austin. They can come away, hold on to the lead they built in last week's first leg. That would be something special. No leads to speak of here. Scoreless last week, scoreless tonight. That could change at a moment's notice with this Philadelphia attack, but Bedoya gives it away. Rodriguez working by Martinez, and Martinez wins it cleanly. Gazdag dropping a bit deeper. Skied by Joaquin Torres. Wagner flicks it along for Carranza. Well defended by Henry Romero. 31-year-old center back has started and played every minute of 9 matches of the 10 played by Alianza domestically this season. Rare to not see him in the starting 11. He'll have to defend McGlynn now, and he wins it cleanly again. Henry Romero, 2 back-to-back stellar defensive plays. I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, this Alianza team is a tough one to crack defensively. So far in the 10 matches they have played in the Clausura, they have allowed only 3 goals with 7 clean sheets in the 10 matches played. Their Achilles heel has been what they've done offensively. They only have 14 goals in those 10 matches, and most of those came early in the season. They scored 6 in their first 2 games, only 8 in the last 8. So for all they've done well defensively, they also struggle to put the ball in the back of the net. On a night like this, in a tournament like this, however, as long as you're buttoned up defensively, you're going to have a chance to advance. If they go ahead and make it through the next 50 minutes scoreless, you earn yourself a lottery ticket from the penalty spot. At that point, anything goes. Foul against Philadelphia. So just a reminder of the situation then tonight after a scoreless first leg. A scoreless draw again tonight would mean penalties. A draw of any other score would put Alianza through on away goals. And of course, if either side is victorious after 90, that side goes through. No extra time if it is indeed 0-0, just straight to penalties. McGlynn didn't like what he saw. Rolls it back for Damian Lowe. Over the top for Harriel. He goes down edge of the area. It's a free kick coming from Philadelphia. Not a penalty. He fell into the box but fouled outside. And is that Renderos? It is, and that changes everything. There was one man in the book with a yellow card. It was Alexis Renderos. Picked it up in the first few minutes of the match. A clumsy challenge there. You could see Brian Lopez chatting with the assistant referee, Emmanuel Aguirre, down that right side. The verdict is a second yellow, and what was already a difficult path in this one for Alianza with the mounting pressure from Philadelphia became all that much more challenging. Now down to 10 men. So Renderos' night ends after 40 minutes. It seemed like he knew it was coming. He protested half-heartedly. Seemed to be a case of more self-disappointment than disappointment with the referee. Was lingering in case there were any minds changed, but what's done is done. And Renderos will head for an early shower. So it's Jack McGlynn, the 19-year-old, positioning this free kick. All of the other set pieces we've seen tonight for Philadelphia have been from further away or out wider, where we've seen services from Kai Wagner. Jack McGlynn looks like a man poised to strike this one. Started last week, starts tonight. His 5th Champions League appearance at just 19 years of age, strikes it right into the wall. Martinez had it blocked on the way through. Bedoya for Torres. Possession up until now is at 50-50. Curious to see how drastically that may shift. Now with Philadelphia up a man, and Alianza likely to try and densely pack it and try to hold on for 48 minutes. Tuck back for Gazdag. Gazdag over to Carranza. Alianza deals with it again. Look at all those white jerseys in the frame. Glesnes, a knuckler dipping in front of Gonzalez. That might be how it looks for the rest of the evening. You saw 9 white jerseys within a few yards of the edge of the 18 there. As Alianza defended, only one player was left up top, Rodolfo Zelaya. On the road, down to 10 men. If you're Alianza, you are very likely content with holding on for dear life, a scoreless finish, and try your luck at penalties. McGlynn, they just weren't on the same page. Gazdag left it thinking Carranza was behind him. Martinez. Now Harriel. Nathan Harriel earns a corner. This is corner number 5 of the evening for Philadelphia. They thought they had a goal back on the 3rd corner. Went in off of Gazdag, but he was in an offside position. Wagner drills it near post. Header in by Damian Lowe. In just his 2nd appearance with Philadelphia, he has his first goal for the club. And near the stroke of halftime, Philadelphia produces the first goal of this round. Scoreless last week in the first leg, scoreless up until now in the second leg. Gonzalez charged out for it initially, stopped, tried to make himself big. A well-placed, powerful header by Lowe. It was only a matter of time. They had 6 dangerous set pieces from free kicks. That was their 5th corner. Alianza bending and bending and bending, finally broken. Now down a man and down a goal here in the second leg. Dangerous spot to be. Damian Lowe, a journeyman. Couple of years with Seattle. A year in lower division soccer in the U.S. with Tampa Bay. 3 years in Norway. Once again in 2020 in lower divisions in the U.S. with Phoenix. 2 years in Egypt, ended up with Inter Miami last year in MLS, and it was his first season as a true starter. Made 28 starts for Inter Miami. He's in a reserve role for Philadelphia behind Jacob Glesnes, reigning MLS Defender of the Year, and the other center back, Jack Elliott, who's also been up for MLS Defender of the Year in the past. It's going to be tough to crack the lineup so long as those two are healthy. But Philadelphia knows they have a solid option if he's called upon, especially in competition like this. And we have the whistle there from Brian Lopez to end half number 1. It was a lot of the same from last week until Alianza went down a man. Alexis Renderos picked up a 2nd yellow in the 41st minute. And then in the 46th, you got the goal from Lowe to make it 1-0. after a scoreless draw last week. Now Philadelphia in total control, up a goal, up a man, here in the second leg of the round of 16 tie with Alianza in the 2023 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League. More to come from Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. A goal, down a man for Alianza. Philadelphia, last time they were here in 2021, made it through to the semifinal before they fell against Tigres. And on the other side, Alianza back in this tournament for the first time since 2020. Losing to Tigres in the round of 16. Champions of this tournament back in 1967, their first ever year participating. They've never replicated that success since. Undefeated so far in domestic play through 10 matches this season. 5 wins, 5 draws. Terrific defensive record. Only 3 goals allowed in those 10 games, but offensively they struggle to score goals. They'll have to get one, at least one, here tonight. We'll see what Eduardo Lara has up his sleeve as far as changes here to begin this half. That'll be it for Oscar Rodriguez. In comes Mario Jacobo. Gets an extra defender out there, Jacobo, after Renderos picked up the red card. They're playing down to 3 defenders. Alianza in the white from left to right. Philadelphia the blue from right to left. 45 down, 45 to play. Now underway here in this second half. Philadelphia a 1-0 lead in the match, and on aggregate as it stands, they would be through to the quarterfinal. All it would take, however, is 1 goal from Alianza to change that. Joe Malfa with you for the action from Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. The last time Philadelphia was in this situation, they turned it into a rout. A 4-0 victory in the home leg back in 2016 against Saprissa. They would prefer this second half goes the same way to erase any doubt. And whoever does ultimately come out of this matchup here can cozy up with some hot chocolate or coffee after this match on a cold night and watch the next game. More on that in a second. Joaquin Torres playing it to Gazdag, and a corner on the way for Philadelphia. Because later tonight, Olympia will take on Atlas. Whoever comes through that tie will meet the winner of this one in the quarterfinal. At the moment, Olympia of Honduras up 4-1 on Atlas. We've seen leads like that evaporate in this tournament before, especially when the team trailing after the first leg is at home in the second. Atlas tonight at home in Mexico needs to erase that 3-goal deficit. Last corner for Philadelphia produced a goal. Wagner again to Damian Lowe, loose in front. Gazdag claiming a goal. We've seen that before tonight, ruled out for offside. But after looking at each other, the assistant referee and our head official will rule this one as a goal for now. 2 for Philadelphia, back-to-back corners, end of the first, beginning of the second. Will it stand is the question. Officials exchanged glances. Alianza protested immediately, and we saw again a goal just like this ruled out earlier for offside against Gazdag. Will VAR uphold or overturn this one? Waiting for the official ruling. Kickoff being held. Brian Lopez tuned into the earpiece now. Alianza seemed certain initially. VAR officials are Ricardo Montero and Guillermo Pacheco checking it now. If it's ruled out, it'll be the second goal taken away from Gazdag tonight. Right there behind the defenders. And offside is the ruling. So back down to 1-0 Philadelphia. And life again for Alianza. My initial reaction was that he was off in the same way he was the first time he had a goal like that ruled out tonight. Alianza's gut reaction was the same, and it turned out to be correct in the end. Still 1-0. Here's Zelaya, trying to force his way through. Over the top to Carranza. Carranza, now Gazdag, chested down. Gazdag taken down and waved to get back to his feet by Brian Lopez. Gazdag has been the subject of 4 interesting calls tonight. 2 goals ruled out for offside and 2 penalty shouts. He's been on the wrong side of all 4 of those calls. Hard to argue with that one. Not a lot of contact there. Gazdag made a much larger meal of that one. But just 5 minutes into this second half, Philadelphia right back on the front foot, up a goal and a man. Here's Harriel. Nathan Harriel, a dangerous ball in, scooped up by Mario Gonzalez. Alejandro Bedoya through to Gazdag. Now McGlynn. Jack McGlynn has the overlap of Wagner. Wagner claiming it was out for a corner, and it was. The last two corners eventful for Philadelphia. A goal at the end of the first half. What they thought was another to begin the second half. Ruled out for offside against Gazdag. They've seen the ball go in the back of the net 3 times off corner kicks tonight. This is their 7th corner. 2 were ruled out for offside, 1 counted. Loose in front, Carranza settles and just scuffs it in the end. Tried to take it down off the half volley. Just feels like every time Philadelphia has a corner, they're going to turn it into a goal-scoring opportunity. Came off the shin in the end. Julian Carranza, 22-year-old from Argentina. Philadelphia very lucky to have him, especially in the way they acquired him. They took him on last year on loan from Inter Miami, a team in MLS that was on the wrong end of some financial sanctions. It forced their hand in some player movement. They had to get rid of Carranza. It was initially just a loan, but in July, Philadelphia made the buy permanent, and he has been terrific for his new club. Carranza last season appeared in 31 matches, 28 being starts, and had 14 goals for the Union. Out wide, played in toward Bendick. The wind took that one over the bar. William Canales made it interesting. And we have some movement in the scoreline of the other match as well. Austin FC up 1-0 on Violette of Haiti. Again, the situation there, a 3-0 lead on aggregate for Violette. Austin, unlucky perhaps in the first game, the way that scoreline went. They were scoreless at halftime. They need to score 2 more times to at least force penalties, 3 more to advance. It's the first ever Champions League match Austin FC is hosting. Violette had a 3-goal lead to hold on to on the road in a hostile environment with only 14 players available for selection tonight. We'll keep you updated on the happenings in Texas. What will certainly be a second half full of Austin committing numbers forward in wave after wave. Might be a much different tempo here. Philadelphia up a goal. That's enough to see them through. And also up a man. Gazdag, great ball into space for Harriel. Nathan Harriel fizzes it into Carranza, still loose. Carranza goes for the bike. Only ends up catching the head of the defender. And a yellow coming for Carranza. Alianza players frantically beckoning the training staff onto the field. Clean contact right to the face of Henry Romero. Caught him square with the laces No intent, obviously, from Carranza. Still a very dangerous play, worthy of a yellow. Romero not happy. I don't think you would be either if you just got kicked in the face. Rightfully upset. Don't envision this being escalated to a red card through the use of VAR despite potential protest from Alianza. Again, no intent. Carranza went for the overhead. Romero stepped in to make the defensive play. A yellow absolutely warranted. A red probably not. Carranza apologetic. I'll memory bank that one in case those two cross paths again during this match. And there they are side by side. Romero, the center back, Carranza, the striker. They will have to cope with each other's presence for the rest of the evening. Torres, back for Gazdag. Taken away by Orellana, given away to Harriel. Torres turns into a pocket of space. Gazdag, nutmeg to Bedoya, back for Gazdag, into Torres, great build up here for the Union. Bedoya centering it out for a corner. Had that yielded a goal, you would imagine that would be played over and over again in team meetings for the coming week. Yet another corner for Philadelphia. Their 8th of the evening. And I reiterate, 3 times they saw the ball go in the back of the net. Twice ruled out for offside. They have been dangerous on these corners tonight. Wagner, another good ball in. And punched away by Gonzalez. Glesnes, back to Martinez. They recycle through Wagner. Overlap to Torres. Joaquin Torres. It works through to Gazdag, volleyed over the bar by Carranza. Shouts of handball from every fan behind the goal and the players on the field. Brian Lopez blows the whistle to hold up the play. Philadelphia seems certain. And they have a case. Just misjudged. Going up for that header. Right there, off the hand. You can see he put it behind his back. William Canales to try and hide it immediately. And they will take a look at this. This one seems pretty cut and dry. Imagine Philadelphia will be at the penalty spot just moments from now. Gazdag already with the ball in hand. You're seeing exactly what our official Brian Lopez is in the VAR room. Ricardo Montero of Costa Rica, and Guillermo Pacheco of Mexico. Hand a few inches away from the head. Ball never made contact with the head, just straight off the hand as Gazdag was waiting on the back end. Would have had a wide open chance. Well, if the penalty is awarded, it might be the chance Philadelphia needs to put this one away. Already up a goal, also up a man. Here's the verdict. Penalty coming for the Union. An hour into this one, they will have a chance to make it 2 after a scoreless draw last week. It has been all Philadelphia tonight. Alianza with 1 shot on the evening, that is all. And that 1 shot was well off target back in the early stages of the first half by Michel Mercado. It has been a while since they have mounted any sort of attack. VAR has taken 2 goals away from Daniel Gazdag tonight. Both times he was offside on a corner. The biggest issue on this penalty might be getting the ball to stay in place. We have seen time and again tonight the ball blown off the line for goal kicks, 25-mile-an-hour winds. He has already had to reposition it a couple of times. Gazdag just turned 27 2 weeks ago. 28 goals for Philly. The ball wobbling on the spot, no matter. Daniel Gazdag makes it 2-0 to the Union. Battling the goalkeeper and the elements to make it 2-0. Right as he was beginning his run-up, the ball started to wiggle on the spot. After he had to reposition it multiple times, you could see it, and he tucks it away. Philadelphia 2, Alianza nothing. Philadelphia also up a man, seem very much so to be on their way into the quarterfinal.
Minute.
22 goals last season in a best-11 campaign for Daniel Gazdag. Has 4 goals for Hungary, including a goal last summer in UEFA Nations League in a 4-0 victory over England. Already 2 goals this MLS season. Alianza would need to now score twice. A tie would be okay on away goals, but that again entails scoring twice now, down a man. Bedoya looking through for Harriel. Harriel will get there. He's taken down. Rivas commits the foul.
Union first substitution.
Looks like we will see Philadelphia dip heavily into the bench now. Joaquin Torres coming out.
Entering the match, number 7,
Michael Ua into the match for Torres. Alejandro Bedoya will also take a seat. Andres Perea will enter.
Entering the match, number 6,
Jesus Bueno will be the last player to enter. Jose Martinez will exit. Your trio of changes for Philadelphia.
Union third substitution, leading the match, number 8, Jose Martinez. Entering the match number 20, Jesus Fuego. Substitutions occur in the 66th minute.
So a Concacaf debut here for Michael Ua, the striker who became last year the most expensive purchase in Philadelphia Union history. Did not appear last week. 28-year-old from Denmark was purchased last year for a club record $2.8 million fee from the free kick taken quickly. Scramble in front, and a foul goes against Philadelphia. Whipped in by Wagner, went for goal at that near post. Gazdag scored moments ago from the spot into McGlynn. And now Alianza, they can't really counter all too much with subs of their own. A very shallow bench tonight. Had just 6 players on it compared to 12 for Philadelphia. Already used 1 sub in the aftermath of the red card. And already have their preferred first team out there. This exact starting 11 started the league match over the weekend for Alianza. And only 2 changes made from the first leg last week to this leg tonight. Any changes they make would be just to get some fresh legs out there. But their preferred bodies are already on the field. Glesnes. Pereira. Not quite the emphatic victory, at least not yet, Philadelphia that it was 2 years ago. Wagner. Here's Pereira back for Nathan Harriel. Now Jesus Bueno. On that night 2 years ago, it was a 4-0 win at home in the round of 16. They've got time yet to get there. That came over at Deportivo Saprissa of Costa Rica. Out wide to Harriel. Speaking of Costa Rica, their involvement here in this tournament is very much in peril and may be short-lived. Alajuelense takes on LAFC tomorrow in Los Angeles. And LAFC won 3-0 last week on the road in Alajuela, commanding 3-0 aggregate lead, coming back for the home leg here this week. Played through for Carranza, saved by Gonzalez. Wagner caught up with Damian Lowe, who's the opening goal scorer of the evening. Gazdag cutting. Played out to Rodolfo Zelaya. Rolled ahead to William Canales. Canales taken away by Damian Lowe. Over the top for Carranza, flag stays down. Julian Carranza, stopped by Gonzalez. Gazdag keeps it alive. Ua trickling toward the far post, but wide. It took a deflection out for a corner. Carranza tried to sneak it around Gonzalez, put it right into him. In comes Miguel Murillo for Alianza. And the initial ruling was for a corner. Officials conferred and altered that to an offside. Okay, they brought it back for an offside, not a goal kick. After conferring, Carranza offside. Zelaya's day comes to an end. So too may his time in Champions League this year. unless Alianza is able to score twice. Doing so down a man after the red card. Rather, second yellow picked up by Alexis Renderos back in the 41st minute. Damian Lowe scored the opening goal just 4 minutes later for Philadelphia. And then in the second half, 62nd minute, Daniel Gazdag finally got on the score sheet for Philadelphia after he had 2 earlier goals ruled out due to offside. Header on, saved by Bendik. Elias Rivas was all alone. At the best chance of the evening for Alianza prior to that moment, had just 1 shot. All the way back in the first dozen minutes of this one. A match now 72 minutes old. Out to Ua. Good goalkeeping by Mario Gonzalez. Read it well off his line securely. Damian Lowe for Gazdag. Overlap coming from Wagner. Gazdag went the other way instead. And it's at the feet of Miguel Murillo. Ariel misjudged it as he stepped up. From here, Alianza will turn its sights back toward domestic play at home against Santa Tecla this coming Sunday. In a position now where they have to start to rack up some wins, not just draws. Dangerous challenge by McGlynn. He'll be shown a yellow. Caught the heel of William Canales. But Alianza, for all their success so far domestically, unbeaten through 10 matches. 5 have been draws and 5 wins. So despite not having lost a match yet, they're not in first place, a point behind Aguila. All the way back for Gonzalez. Has had to watch 8 shots come his way tonight. 5 of those on target. Twice beating him. 1 from a penalty, 1 from a corner. Perea for Gazdag. McGlynn. Here's Orellana. Mercado wide for Portillo. Just difficult for Alianza finding anything offensively. And playing now down a man for 40 minutes. Whereas Philadelphia has been able to cycle through players, rotate the squad in a congested schedule over the last week. Alianza, the 11 they started last week in the first leg, had just 2 changes made for this past weekend. And that lineup that played over the weekend, it's the same 11 tonight. A lot of minutes logged in the last 7 days. You wonder if that has started to take its toll here. Between the fatigue factor, the weather, Alianza coming from El Salvador, not used to a night like this. In the mid-20s with the wind chill factored in. And going up against a team that just simply on paper is more well-constructed, more money committed to it. Here's Perea to the penalty spot. It falls for McGlynn. Jack McGlynn is denied by Mario Gonzalez. Referenced it in the first half, but Alianza can take it for what it's worth. Per transfer market, a total team market value of just under $4 million. Philadelphia's just over $49 million. Alianza have hung in there in this tie. Through 130 minutes played 11 on 11. It was 0-0. Then the red card came for Alianza, and the 2 goals came for Philadelphia as Quinn Sullivan now enters the match for Julian Carranza. Elsewhere, it is also 2-0 Austin FC over Violette with 15 minutes to play. Austin needs 1 more goal to put that in a position where that match would go to penalties at 3-3 on aggregate. Wagner from the corner. It falls for Lowe off his own teammate. Gazdag hit right in the bullseye on the shot from Damian Lowe. Lowe bidding for his 2nd goal of the night. Might have had it too, going to that far post. A 60-degree temperature difference between this match here tonight and the first leg last week. Temperature in the low 80s in El Salvador last week. Wind chill has it at low 20s Fahrenheit at the moment. Quinn Sullivan newly inserted into the match. Some dazzling footwork. Moves it along to McGlynn. Return ball never made it back. Wagner. McGlynn into Sullivan. Quinn Sullivan shot through the far post. Might have been a cross. Either way, dealt with by Alianza. Sullivan chested down for Gazdag, who still has it. Here's Perea. McGlynn. Wagner. And out for a corner. Wagner. Damian Lowe. Gazdag went for the bicycle. Henry Romero that time backed away from it, having flashbacks to about 20 minutes ago when Julian Carranza tried the same thing and clocked him right in the face. Didn't try for this one. Alianza have battled valiantly tonight, even after going down to 10 men. It took a set piece of a corner and a freak accident defensively as Isaac Portillo went to head the ball clear in the box after a set piece. Curve of the ball took it a couple extra inches away from his head, caromed off his hand to put Philadelphia at the spot. A testament to the defensive prowess of this Alianza team. Have remarked on it all evening long. They've allowed just 3 goals in 10 matches domestically this season with 7 clean sheets. And they shut out Philadelphia last week in that scoreless draw. Undone tonight on a set piece and a penalty, even after going down to 10 men. But another chance coming here. Perea makes it 3. Andres Perea just signed with Philadelphia in December. Just his 4th appearance tonight with the club. And he gives the fans at Subaru Park something to cheer about. All started with this ball in from McGlynn. Quinn Sullivan picked up his head, found the open man. And this is what makes Jim Curtin's Philadelphia Union team so successful. The faith he puts in the youth of this team. That play started with Jack McGlynn, a 19-year-old, playing the ball to Quinn Sullivan, an 18-year-old, finished by Andres Perea, a 22-year-old. He trusts the youth, and the youth deliver time and again. Philadelphia squarely now in the quarterfinal, where they will meet either Olympia of Honduras or Atlas of Mexico. Second leg between Olympia and Atlas will kick off in about a half an hour's time. Atlas at home in Mexico, staring up at a 3-goal deficit. Olympia won the home leg last week 4-1 in Honduras. And elsewhere, it is still 2-0 Austin FC, needing 1 more goal to force penalties. They would need a 4th if they were to win it in regulation. Just 10 minutes to play there, plus stoppage time. Chris Donovan now getting ready to check in for Philadelphia. Told that will be for Daniel Gazdag. Here's Murillo. Alianza would need 3 now in the final 7 minutes plus stoppage time to wrestle this back from Philadelphia. It would be quite the feat now if Alianza made the comeback down a man. That shot off target was just their 3rd shot of the night, and they would need 3 goals in the next 7 minutes. But again, put in such a difficult spot after going down a man. Here's that sub of Donovan for Gazdag. You'd have to say, in the end, Alianza acquitted themselves well overall in this tournament. In an alternate universe, had this stayed 11v11, who knows how this would have turned out. Philadelphia, yes, they had a lot of set-piece opportunities, but how would it have been if it was at even strength? Here's Ua to the backside. Perea doubles his tally and makes it 4 for Philadelphia. 2 goals in the span of 3 minutes for Andres Perea. And for Philadelphia, it's that scoreline again. 2 years ago, in their inaugural Champions League, they won the home leg of the round of 16 4-0 over Saprissa. And here we are at 4-0 again. Split the defense. Perea shot it back where it came from, across the face of Mario Gonzalez. Has made just 2 appearances, Perea, off the bench in regular season play for a grand total of 5 minutes. But making a bid here in Champions League for more playing time. Started last week, played really well in the first leg, and now 2 goals off the bench tonight. Former Colombian youth international Andres Perea granted his one-time switch by FIFA to the United States in 2021. and earned a cap for the U.S. men's national team in a friendly January of 2021 against Trinidad and Tobago. If there was even a glimmer of doubt still for Philadelphia. And they want more. Perea, a chance at a hat trick. Perea has it blocked. So now Philadelphia will wait and see later tonight. Will they be going to Olympia for the first leg of the quarterfinal, or will it be Atlas? The dates set aside for the quarterfinal window. First legs will be played April 4th through April 6th. Second legs to be played April 11th through April 13th. So a couple of weeks off here in Champions League after this tonight. Back in 2021, Philadelphia, after getting through Saprissa in the round of 16, chipped over the top here to Donovan. And a late foul call. It's pulled back for a free kick here for Philadelphia. But back in 2021, after getting past Saprissa, it was a domestic foe in the quarterfinal as they were paired up with Atlanta United. Got through Atlanta 4-1 on aggregate in the quarters. They met Tigres, Club America in the semifinal, and lost to Club America 4-0 on aggregate back in 2021. Reigning Eastern Conference champions in MLS, lost in the title game last year against LAFC. Very physical game tonight, 26 fouls combined. Here comes Emerson Hernandez. That'll be all this evening for Michel Mercado. Philadelphia, after falling to LAFC in the MLS Cup last year, were expected to be among the favorites to get back there again this year. Same goes for LAFC, still among the heavyweights in Major League Soccer. And they flexed those muscles last week against Alajuelense, a 3-0 victory. Second leg of that tie is tomorrow in Los Angeles with a 3-goal lead. They might fancy their chances of going through. McGlynn hits it on the ground. Here's McGlynn into Ua. And his shot blocked. Glesnes out for Perea. To the far post and just wide on the shot from Bueno. 2 minutes to go between Austin and Violette. Still just 2-0 Austin. Again, they need to score a third if they're going to find a way into penalties. Otherwise, it would be quite the upset. Violette of Haiti would go through to the quarterfinal. A team that had not played a competitive match for about 75% of the last year. Had just 14 players available tonight. So far holding on to the 3-goal cushion they built for themselves last week. It might be a difficult pill to swallow for Austin as well. If you caught up on that tie last week. Austin, the third goal they conceded was an own goal from Amaral Tarek. And that own goal, as of now, would make all the difference. And no stoppage time needed here tonight in Philadelphia, where the Union take this one 4-0 and are on their way through to the quarterfinal. So history repeats itself for Philly. Round of 16 at home 2 years ago, a 4-0 win over Saprissa. Round of 16 here in 2023, same 4-0 scoreline over Alianza. Damian Lowe got the scoring started in first half stoppage time. Gazdag added from the penalty spot, and then Perea scored twice after subbing into the match 3 minutes apart, all adding up to a 4-0 win and a spot in the quarterfinal. That does it for us tonight from Subaru Park in Chester, Pennsylvania. For the crew that makes this possible, I'm Joe Malfa saying good night. Philadelphia 4, Alianza nothing. Philly through to the quarterfinal here in the 2023 Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League.